Hello, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Thank you for checking out this video. This is, of course, the one and only Promise, bringing you guys another StarCraft 2 replay cast. I know I have been a little bit inactive for the past probably about 5 months. There's been a few casts I've uploaded that I've been broadcasting on Twitch TV. Kind of just rendered, sent it up onto my YouTube. But no actual content that's been consistently done for you guys, so that is a big apology for me. I've been super busy with a lot of esports related things, and of course things outside of esports. But I'm excited to bring you guys a game that was recommended to me from the ASUS Republic of Gamers 2014 tournament. This is of course going to be a Zerg versus Protoss on Polar Night. We are looking here at the 6 o'clock position player representing Rocket's newly sponsored Korean pro gamer here. It is Hyun. Very good friend of mine. I've been following this guy for a extremely long time. And fun little fact, actually I don't know if this is a fact or not, but I was the first commentator maybe to get Hyun in his show match. I've been a big fan since Brood War, and I watched his days of just making roaches and nothing but roaches in all of the matchups. But he has definitely developed into easily, in my opinion, one of the best Zerg players in the world. And he's playing up against this guy at the 12 o'clock position, an extremely underrated Korean Protoss, formerly of Azubu, now playing for the European-based team Alien Invasion, I believe. AI is their abbreviation. It is the blue Protoss. It is Patience. So we have ourselves a Protoss versus Zerg match, kind of a match that has been a little bit of a problem for the Protoss players. A lot of complaining on the Twitters, a lot of tweets back and forth, a lot of threads. Hold on here, okay? Let's be honest. There's been multiple threads about this from all of these players in the StarCraft 2 community. Swarm hosts are a problem. And I'm actually not saying that definitively. I'm saying it as if I'm a Protoss player, which I am, but I'm not picking bias or any sides here. But people are complaining about Swarm hosts. They are very similar to what happened in the later stages of Wings of Liberty with the Broodlord, Infestor, Corruptor, Turtle style. And you know what? Even though you know it's coming as a Protoss, it's very difficult to kind of plan around it. What do you really do? Are you going to 2-base all in? Are you going to do a 3-base? Well, looking from the Zerg side, those kinds of things are pretty predictable, so they're pretty well equipped with dealing with that. Quicker Roach Warrens, quicker metabolic boost, proactive scouting with Zerglings to really figure these things out. So just a few things to keep in mind here. I'm not too sure what Hyun's been up to lately as of his play style in Zerg versus Protoss, but do not be surprised if we see a possibility of some kind of turtle play here. Now let's look at the build orders. We're seeing a very quick normal, kind of a standard gateway expand opening here from Patience. Now with this build, what do? You get a quick gateway, you get your warp gate, and the mothership core is very key at early defense. Now if Hyun was spamming Zerglings, which is a possibility, this mothership core really needs to be out there on the map to go ahead and get some scouting information. So that's definitely what it's for. And of course, once this Nexus finishes, we can go ahead and start to see the Photon Overcharge used defensively for the Protoss players. So Patience actually doesn't scout. He was going to move in here. He moved into the 3rd base, so he just wants to confirm that Hyun is not taking a very greedy 3rd against this kind of a gateway opening. And Hyun, meanwhile, normal response here, getting his gas, getting the 100 gas, immediately starting his metabolic boost, going straight into another hatchery. So this is very normal, very expected here from the Zerg. You get your speed, you have it for your map control, and you feel a lot safer and a lot more comfortable at defending this 3rd expansion. Now, this is where we have to start looking at Patience's early build order kind of decision making. He's going to be opening up with a Stargate, and I love this choice, especially on Polar Night. If you guys look at how the map's designed, Mutalisks are so fantastic of a choice to be doing here on Polar Night. You can just swing around back here at the 3rd base, really catch your opponent very much with their pants down. The main and the 3rd is pretty hard to kind of control on this map. So Phoenixes are just a very wise choice here of an opening from Patience. And doing this kind of an opening also can force Hyun into changing his playstyle. If he was going Mutas, well, maybe you're not going to commit to mutas unless you want to, you know, go Mutalisks and Corruptors, which is actually kind of popular nowadays against this kind of Phoenix play. So 2 Phoenixes on the map. Oh, look at this. We're having a very quick range upgrade onto this air here by Patience. And this really has me thinking he's going to commit quite a bit into Phoenix's probes. Oh, not a probe, actually. That's just a hallucinated Phoenix. So Patience is already going to start to scout around the map. How many gateways does he have back home? 1, 2, 3 gateways. Still making Phoenix production. Warping in some Zealots. So this is going to be a very strong possibility of an early pressure play from Patience. Of course, he can make me look like a complete fool and just take a third base behind it. But Hyun already on top of it has Lings in position to go ahead and scout out these the third base, of course, if Patience was to take that. But all this is for Patience is just map control. He's looking around, scouting out the saturation from his opponent, picking off any drones. If you look at the workers lost, you see 7 drones already killed here. But this is going to be a very smart option here from Patience, sending in 4 Zerglings. Hyun immediately reacting, making 14 Lings and 4 Roaches. So this little pressure from Patience is not designed to straight up kill your opponent. You just want to be forcing out units instead of having Hyun committing all of his resources into drones. And Hyun has a good amount of Lings. 28 Zerglings. He's going to try to surround against these Zealots, but great little recall there used by Patience straight back into his natural. So this is, I would definitely say this is a win-win for Patience. Now the thing is, he needs to be a lot more comfortable and a lot more on the map to be able to take a third base. In this kind of a position, looking from the Zerg perspective, 2 base against 3 base here, you're going to just keep your Lings on the map. And this is where Patience really has to move out on the map and start gearing up for a third base, at least showing Hyun that he wants to be able to take a third, or maybe not take a third. Those are going to be kind of things that we want to look at throughout the remainder of this match. So production tab, we see Hydralisk Den, I believe, was started. In fact, it is. We're seeing range. Probably speed will get started here pretty soon for Hyun. A little bit of harassment being done here by Patience. Army supply count will definitely favor the Protoss just a little bit at this point. 38 to 28. So not a big deal at this point in the game. Now, what we have to see, guys, again, I cannot stress this enough, is just what Patience decides to do. He's committing into a lot of Phoenixes. 9 Phoenix. Behind it, he's getting Immortals. He's also getting a Robotics base, so we'll be transitioning into Colossus, kind of a standard follow-up here with this early Stargate opening that we see from the Protoss. But this gives Hyun the option of either going Roach Hydra or even trying to play a Turtle game and then go straight into Hive and something like Swarm Hosts, or even try to hit some kind of, can't even say the word now, Vipers. Wow. Can't believe I forgot that word, but hold on, we're having a little bit of an attack here by Hyun, swinging into the third base. Not enough units here on the map right now from Patience, and these Zerglings and Roaches will be able to clean up a lot of the ground. So much gas being lost here from Patience, even using another Force Field, which I don't really know what that was about. But Hyun absolutely getting the better trade here. If we look at the units killed again, 62 to 8. And the resources, oh man, Hyun definitely getting the better advantage of that attack. All Patience has now is these Phoenixes. And that's great and dandy, but all of his ground is gone. What was it? 2 Immortals, a bunch of Sentries, a bunch of Zealots. I definitely could have seen Patience having a better SimCity, maybe better cannon positioning, a few gateways here to set up a little bit of a wall. But more units swinging in here from Hyun. 2 Zealots, Hyun playing very smart, trying to surround these Sentries, but good force field placements this time here by Patience. Not going to lose a single Sentries, but this is the thing now. Hydras are on the map, but that is not enough Hydras. Patience could have even lifted a few more Hydralisks here, but this is a good choice here from Hyun. Now he needs to transition out of this, I really feel, pretty soon, because Patience will be going into Colossus here pretty soon. Transitioning into Void Rays. There's the first Colossus in the production tab. Grabbing his 5th and 6th gas at this third base. So a very normal composition from Patience. Phoenixes, Colossus, Void Ray. Now, what is good against this? You definitely need either Vipers or Swarm Hosts, and this is where it becomes a game of, do I Turtle as a Zerg, or do I start pushing aggressively with Roach Hydra? Or even, a few Zergs like Sulky, for example, are not afraid to push with Roach Hydra and, of course, the Swarm Hosts. So we see the supply counts 132 to 126. Few Hydras swinging around on the map. Supply count, harvester count, 62 drones and 68 probes. So Hyun can definitely squeeze out a few more drones, playing a little bit low eco. Not even taking a 4th base here. It's a little bit questionable from Hyun, seeing his opponent is on 3 bases. Just as I say that, there's a hatchery being queued up here for Hyun. So this is a very powerful army for the Zerg player. But the problem will be the Void Rays and the Colossus here. Hyun trying to send... Oh, good little move here by Hyun. Killing off the pylon. And just sends in some Zerglings. So that's definitely going to do some economic damage. Will get himself additional probe kills. 16 probes killed in total. Oh, no! Hyun not paying attention. And we're going to have the attack here a little bit in the favor of the Protoss player. These 2 Void Rays are charged up. Mothership Core will get focused. Nice little target firing being done there by Hyun. Knowing that he cannot win that engagement. Might as well just get as much damage in as possible. Picking off the Mothership Core was definitely the right target in that last engagement. But a lot of probes killed. 26 probes have been killed in this game. We see 101 supply for Hyun, 140 for Patience. I want to look at the upgrades very quickly. +1 attack, +1 armor for the Protoss. And Hyun, meanwhile, don't know what his upgrades are. Well, let's find the Evolution Chambers. I'm pretty sure you might have +1 Carapace, but nothing more than that. Now we're going to have a little bit of a timing attack here being done by Patience. Really good timing. 153 supply to 118, hitting right before the Corruptors. But look here, Hyun, all he has is Corruptors. 14 Corruptors and 2 Roaches. That's his entire ground army. But, you know, it's super cool seeing him commit to Corruptors to be able to deal with the Void Rays, the Colossus, and of course the Phoenixes. But I definitely feel he needs some sort of ground support, not just mass Corruptors, because he can just have his opponent warp in Stalkers, and, well, Corruptors they're very much useless against Corruptors. So we see now the supply count closing up a little bit closer here, 164 to 149. Another base being taken here towards the left side, but I feel this is so late for Hyun. Patience is just playing such a quote-unquote patient game, no pun intended, and he's defending quite nicely here. He just needs a few anti-air units to be able to deal with these Corruptors. These Phoenixes are definitely not going to do anything against 15 Corruptors. So we're having Blink in the production tab. Oh! Nice little kiting here by the Corruptors from Hyun, trying to kill off these Void Rays, which are great against Corruptors, but now we finally see the Stalker warp-ins for Patience. Patience, of course, will go ahead and scout out this left expansion, so Hyun will be pinned on 3 bases once again. Man, almost 18 minutes into the game, we have Hyun still on 3 bases. Oh, Guardian Shield being popped up. There's the Corruptors. Will go to work immediately onto these Void Rays and the Colossi. Good little pullback here by the Colossus from Patience, but Hyun, is he going to have too much? This is either going to make it or break it from Hyun. He's using a lot of ground units. A lot of Roaches are falling down, and we have Patience now up by about 20 supply. Great little lifts there by the Phoenixes, lifting up the Hydralisks, which of course were going to be the most problematic unit in that engagement. But it's a matter of army composition here. I mean, Patience has kept Hyun on 3 bases. He's pushing towards the center of the map. He's seen on creep, but I don't even think that's going to matter. Army supply 83 to 56. 5 gateways being added back home, and I think this might just be the victory march here from the Protoss player. Scouting out very nicely throughout this game, looking at the expansions, playing a lot of mind tricks with Hyun. Hyun's sort of thinking, okay, you're either going to do a 2-base all-in or a 3-base all-in, and he's sort of confused, not knowing whether he should be producing units or if he should be producing harvesters. So now we could see the possible last attack here by the Protoss player. Guardian Shield being popped up. Roaches in the front, not enough units at all here from Hyun. Units count 16 Roaches and 5 Corruptors. I don't think that's going to be able to do anything against this many Void Rays and the Phoenixes, and of course additional reinforcements on the way for Patience. He's up by about 40 supply. Is this going to be the end of this game? Hyun sending in some more reinforcements, and that will be the towel thrown in from Hyun, ladies and gentlemen. And Patience from Alien Invasion plays a very clean, well, not the cleanest, but a very smart and tactical decision-based game, and takes out one of the best Korean Zerg players. So very well played by the Protoss player. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this cast. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll definitely see you in the future.